Hello everyone, Sebastian here at Champion Helmets, and today we'll be taking a look at HJC's I-90 and subjecting it to our road test. If you're a fan of the R490 or looking to get a 90S but don't want to commit to the higher price tags, then HJC have brought you the I-90. So the I-90 is more like a budget version of the R490, but that doesn't mean you're not getting some of those nice R490 features. This is still a modular helmet, it's one-handed, it's got double homologation. That just means that it's been tested with the chin bar up and down, though it's still not recommended to ride with the chin bar up. If you quickly wanted to check out some of our other helmet reviews like the R490 and more, then make sure to head over to our YouTube channel and check out our playlist, hit subscribe, and click the bell to stay up to date on the newest videos. For ventilation again, the I-90 is giving you the same options as its older brother. It also uses HJC's ACS ventilation system to give you as much cooling as possible, which is really important for riding in nicer or hotter weather. Since you've got some nice large vents here, you've got one in the chin here, which is quite big. You can adjust it. You've also got one in the crown there, you can adjust, and all of that hot air will be coming out through the exhaust here in the back. For noise isolation, this helmet also does pretty well according to our rider, but we'll come back to that in our road test. For the visor, you're getting the same package as the 90S, so this means you're getting an HJC HJ33 visor with an anti-fog pin lock in the box, and the visor is anti-scratch and anti-UV. It'll also give you a nice field of vision, and the helmet comes with an integrated sun visor, which you can operate using a slider on the side of the helmet there. It comes down quite low, which is nice to see. This visor is also nicely ambidextrous, so you can open it with either hand. This helmet uses HJC's rapid fire visor replacement system, so all you need to do is lift up the visor. It's really easy, and you just pull these two toggles down on either side, and it pretty much just pops out on its own. There you go. And putting it back in is just as easy. All you have to do is make sure it lines up, and it just clicks back in. This is probably one of the easiest systems that uses something similar to this. If you look at the lining on the I-90, we'll find it's antibacterial, washable, moisture wicking, and removable. It also uses HJC's super cool interior liner to try and keep you cool. If we take a look inside, first we need to take out the cheek pads. They're done in with a couple of buttons and an insert. You just need to make sure you thread the chin strap through the cheek pad again. But you can see that it's still quite thick. It should be decently comfortable if you're an entry-level rider, since the interior, according to our rider, felt more like an entry-level helmet. Taking out the other cheek pad is the same process. Now we get to the liner. Getting to the interior liner is the same process as before, some buttons in the back and the front. You can see it looks pretty good. Again, similar feedback as with the cheek pads. Now we can get to the interior of the helmet. You can see the groove for the smart HJC communication device there. You can also see the EPS grooves. They're pretty deep, so it should provide you with some solid ventilation in there. And on the bottom here, you can see the anchor point for the smart HJC communications device. Now, with that over with, let's take the I-90 on the road. Just a quick note before we really get driving to get you acquainted with our setup. On the left here, we have the helmet's internal temperature in degrees C measured through a thermometer in the top of the helmet. In the middle, we've got a decibel meter giving us readings from a microphone placed by the ear. On the phone on the right, we've got an average wind speed for the day. Lastly, on the dashboard in the middle is our rider's speed and the outside temperature. So, we recorded our data while traveling at about 130 kilometers per hour while traveling on long stretches of highway. We had an outside temperature of about 14 degrees Celsius and an average wind speed of about 110 to 120 kilometers per hour. During the ride, the temperature inside the I-90 was about 15 degrees Celsius, so 1 degree warmer than the outside, which is still pretty good. For noise isolation, we measured 104 decibels in the helmet, which is also a decent result. With our variables over with, let's take a look at how this helmet actually performed. We had pretty high hopes for this helmet considering it's related to the R490, and it didn't exactly let us down. Our rider commented that the helmet performed well, though it felt somewhat large and bulky on the head, and that the interior was not very comfortable and felt entry-level. Now for the stars. With the I-90 being made of polycarbonate, which does make the helmet a bit more budget, but the fact that it comes in 3 shell sizes does help it, so that brings us to 3 stars for the material. For the weight, this helmet also did fairly average for a modular helmet, giving it another 3 stars. For the visor, this helmet did quite well since you're getting a wide field of view and its pin lock in the box, as well as an integrated sun visor, so that's 4 stars. For ventilation, this helmet also did quite well since it was only 1 degree above the outside temperature, so that's another 3 stars. Nonetheless, for noise isolation, this helmet did not do as well as hoped, giving it 2 stars. Lastly, for comfort, our rider was not impressed, so for the I-90 comfort level, we're giving it 2.5 stars. This takes us to an average total of 3 stars, which gives us around 15 euros per star, which means the helmet is giving you decent value for money, although it doesn't perform consistently across all the categories. Just the last few points for the I-90, it is already prepared for HJC's smart Bluetooth communication device, as you saw earlier. It uses a micro ratchet chin strap again, and it has grooves, so it should be comfortable for those who wear glasses. If you'd like to purchase the HJC I-90, then make sure to head over to championhelmets.com, where we've got a lowest price guarantee and great bundle deals. So if you see the helmet cheaper anywhere else, send us an email and we'll lower the price. So overall, this is really a budget version of the Alpha 90 and 90S. The polycarbonate shell construction means it'll be coming in at a lower price tag, but you are still getting some of the same basic features as the Alpha 90, which is nice to see. So while we were pleasantly surprised with this helmet's performance on the road, the landing and comfort were a bit disappointing, and the noise isolation on this helmet weren't great. Nonetheless, this helmet does give you some good value for money with an overall average of 3 stars at 15 euros per star. So if you're an entry-level rider thinking of going on tour with this helmet, it is a pretty good choice since it's budget-friendly and it still performs pretty well. This helmet is, again, probably trying to go for the more budget end of the market, including going up against the Shark EvoLion 3. But still, this 3-star rating is an average, as this helmet did not perform very consistently across the board compared to other helmets like the Alpha 90. Let us know how you found the I-90, or if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, also make sure to subscribe. I'm Sebastian from Champion Helmets. I'll see you next time.